We have Jack Bromfield here with me for Grove TV. Thanks for joining us, Jack. In current lockdown at the moment, first of all, it's not been a bad season for you and Grove Athletic so far, but how are you coping with the second lockdown at the moment? Are you back in a training regime ready for when we hopefully do go back in a couple of weeks' time?
Yeah, I've been doing what I can, mate, really. Obviously, everyone's really in the same boat, aren't they? Can only do so much. Lack of gym work, so there's a lot of road runnings, things like that. It's come at a bad time for us, really, hasn't it? We had a good string of results, but obviously, apart from Sutton away, we struggled. Well, we didn't in the second half, probably, but apart from that, we had a good string of results. Obviously, we've done well in the FA Trophy, Stratford before we went back into lockdown. So it's not been a good time for us really to go back into another lockdown. But I'm sure obviously the boys will be straight back into the fitness work, and we'll be hopefully kick the ground running again. Hopefully.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about the season so far. How have you settled in at the club? Obviously, you've fit in that central midfield role alongside usually Kyle Blake due to Sam Hall's injury, but you've also filled in at right back when it's needed. How have you found the first 10 or so games of the season so far? How have you found this level? You haven't played at it before.
No, I've been pleasantly shocked. Really, I didn't know how I'd cope. I didn't know how I'd rise to it. Um, I'm not the most outspoken lad compared to other characters in the group. I'm a little take a little of a seat back when it comes to like the everything off the pitch, really. So it can be tough for me sometimes to kind of get in with the group and whatever, and have like all the banter that you always do. But as soon as I had a few games with them and realised what everyone's about and all fighting for the same thing, and it's all it's like like I say, we're all fighting for promotion. Um, I just settled in dead quickly. The lads have been brilliant with me. Like you on about Blakey there, has been really good with us as well. But everyone has, mate. Really, I'll be honest. Gaff has been class as well. Everything's just been really good, mate. I couldn't have asked for much more, really.
Yeah, you touched on it there, but what is the morale of the group like at the moment? Obviously, we came off a brilliant win at Stratford. I did speak to Vice Chairman Ian Cooper about that. He said he'd never seen a bunch of hard-working lads wanting to get a victory over the line. It's just disappointing that we had to end on that and it couldn't continue where we were.
Yeah, like I say, mate, it's not been good timing for us, really. The lockdown, Boris doesn't want us to carry on, but um, like I said, we just all fight for the same thing. We all know we've got to work hard. See the other lads in the group probably a little bit more experienced in the league, and they know what it's about. So I'm just taking a leaf out of their books and that. Um, but like I say, we're all fighting for the same thing. We know we've got to run the hard miles, and sometimes there'll be tough periods. Like I say, sorting away. More the second half, first half, we should have had it wrapped up, but we didn't, and that's what cost you really. But the morale's there's never really a doubt in this group. It's not a group I've ever been about before. Like I say, I played a lot of youth football, and it's a different environment. But this is the first I've been in a real close group like it is. All the lads get on with all of each other, and I think it's quite unique. Really, like I say, I've never really experienced it, and quite lucky to be a part of it.
Yeah, definitely. I just wanted to touch on the first game of the season in the cup, which came against Chasetown all the way September now. So I know it was going a back a bit far
Mm.
now, but we obviously played in the FA Cup and unfortunately got knocked out. It was one of those games on another day we would have got 3 or 4. And since then, obviously we're fourth in the league, got through to the first round of the FA Trophy. How important was it to bounce back from that, and how much was that result a cause of us doing so well now? Was it like a realization, right, this is the level? We know we can compete against these teams. Now we've just got to show it every week and getting the goals and getting the results.
Yeah, like I say, it was a disappointing day. FA Cup, I obviously really want to do really well in that. But I don't think much has changed. It was not like it wasn't a self-conscious thing personally, or as a group. It wasn't like, lads, we need to switch on,
Hmm.
we need to switch it up a bit. Nothing's really changed. I think this is probably the first game, obviously since lockdown as well. Maybe a bit of nerves because obviously it's been a good 6 months since everyone had played.
Yeah.
So I think Chasetown were the same that day as well. I don't think it was just us. And if we could have like hit the crossbar twice at the post, You know what I mean? We only just needed a bit of luck probably, and we probably would have gone through that day because I don't think we didn't play well. So I won't say we were the but unlucky, but I think, like I say, just a little bit of luck. I think we would have been okay and seen through to the next round. But like I say, since then, it's not been like, lads, we need like book our ideas up. It's just been do the same things. Say run the hard miles, help each other out, talk to each other. Like I say, and then just like the gaffer said to us, just get a few more shots off on goal, really, and hope like one goes in. But
Yeah, definitely. And in the 2 months that we've played since then, we've had some fantastic results. Chasetown away, Leek Town will be one of the memorable ones. A capacity of 400 turning up to that one. What some of the memories that you will pick out so far on like in terms of like a personal performance and a team performance? What shines to you so far?
Yeah, league definitely comes to mind. All the lads were saying before, like what a big game it is and stuff like that. The hype around it, even though it's a different kind of year, different kind of season, there's always that kind of rivalry and on social media and the buzz around the stadium before the game. It was something different. Like you say, it's a biggish crowd. It's the biggest crowd for me anyway.
Yeah.
You can tell it was just a different type of game under the floodlights, made it even better as well. And I wouldn't really say that was a good individual performance from myself. I thought I did all right, but it made me realise like that's like the standard you need because obviously the league have been up there past 2 or 3 years. I mean that's the standard we've got to be like I've got to be at, and we've got to be at to hopefully reach that goal promotion. So that was definitely a great game, good learning curve for me. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. And then on a personal note, I'd probably say, Marky Drayson at home was good, getting the first goal.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. We were right. I don't think we were brilliant as a group, as a team that day. But we just grew up. You know, we got the results. We grinded it out, and it was just good to get the goal. Really, I'm not one to score many goals, so take all the goals I get. And I'll say Stratford as well. Stratford was a great day.
You mentioned about Stratford. I'm just going to go on to that. Give us a little bit of an insight of what the dressing room was like after that game. It was a massive achievement for Kisco as a club progressing through to the first round of the FA Trophy. I believe we do have Stamford at home, a very winnable game. I think it's fair to say, and one that you lads will certainly be up for in the first round. What was the dressing room and the atmosphere around the lads after that game, after such a great achievement?
It's the same as every game, really, mate. I'll be honest. We take a win anywhere the same way as we would, like I say, we would at Stratford. The lads just obviously get the music on, we have a good laugh and that. But the vibes before the game were good as well. There was no nervousness. There was no like these are big boys in the league above us. It was just like, you know, we'll come and give you a go, like. And actually, that's a unique dressing room I've been in. Obviously, played a lot more youth football. But having that kind of like mental toughness and that like come have a go, it was kind of attitude. It's something I've not really experienced as a group. So it's been really like inspiring, really being amongst that. Like I say, as the kind of character I am. But yeah, it's always a good laugh after a good win.
Yeah, definitely. And just the final one for me, we're in lockdown at the moment. Hopefully back in a couple of weeks. We've had a great start to the season, currently sitting for something that Kisco is basically one of the best starts that Kisco have made for a long time in terms of the current league possession and start. Is there a worry in terms of bouncing back, obviously, in terms of fatigue? We won't have played for a month. We won't have any friendlies this time around. Like we had a couple of friendlies after the first lockdown. How important will it to, you know, when you get straight back in, I believe, on the 8th, potentially, how important is it to just get a win back on the board? And is there a worry that there'll be a struggle to bounce back after the national lockdown?
Of course, it's not ideal, mate. Is it? Like you say, the last time we had friendlies, we had training, we had game time. We could all get a bit of game time under the belts. So it's not ideal, but you got to think it's the same for everyone, isn't it? So we've just got to use the same attitude that we always have. Just go into games as we would. You play as a team like we always do. Run the hard miles, put the effort in. And I just don't think we should put too much pressure on ourselves. We know what we can do. Like I say, it's not ideal, but it's the same for everyone. So we've just got to grind it out like we always do.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Jack, for joining us. That's absolutely brilliant.
Pleasure,
Thank you.
mate. Cheers. Nice one.
I'll see.